Hey guys, welcome to Tactical Alliance Gaming. Man, we haven't posted much of anything in years. In fact, the old channel is gone. Anyway, we're here. We're going to do some Raid Shadow Legends. Now, first off, thanks for stopping by, guys. If this is your first time, which it probably is, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification icon. That way you know when I get another video up. All right, so first things first, Raid Shadow Legends. Now, I created a new account, so this is not my main account. But the question is, who is the best starter champion? Well, in reality, they're all good. Okay? However, the one that most people go with is Kale. Now, why is this? Well, because he's freaking awesome. You can run this guy all the way through endgame. Doesn't matter if it's Spider, Fire Knight, Ice Golem, Dragon, Clan Boss. You can run this guy all the way. Now, is he the best? Across the board? No, he is not the best champion in the game. However, he is viable. And that's what matters, right? He is viable. So, on this account, new account, just fired it up last night. Been playing around a little bit, having a good old time. No, we don't want to buy your stuff, Plarium. But check this out. So, out of your starter champions, all right, let's go ahead and start with... Actually, let's go ahead and start with Gaelic. Not epic. So we'll go ahead and start right here with Gaelic. Now, he's got really good base speed, okay, at 103. He has decent attack, a little bit low on the defense, but for a rare, it's not bad at all. Now, his skills on his A1, just a basic, attack one enemy 2 times. On his A2, attacks all enemies, has an extra 15% chance of inflicting a critical hit, and places a 30% increased speed buff on the champion for 2 turns. Okay, now, takes 5 books there. All it does is increase damage. I wouldn't mess with putting books much into this guy at all. Okay, just for the simple fact, you're going to be upgrading. Okay, his A3, Cursed Blade, it's on a 5-turn cooldown. Attacks 4 times at random. I hate that at random thing. Has a 30% chance of placing a 30% decreased defense debuff for 2 turns. Has a 30% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense debuff for 2 turns if the target has more than 2 debuffs. That's not bad, okay? That's your big debuff. That's your big decreased defense, 60%. It's massive. That's what you want to see. And he's got a passive just like all the other starter champions, or an aura, just like all the other starter champions, to increase ally HP in all battles by 15%. All the starter champions have that same aura. Let's go down and go ahead and go down to everybody's favorite, and that is Kale. This guy is a monster, okay? There's a reason he is probably the best starting champion in the game. All right here. On his A1, attacks one enemy, has an 80% chance of placing a 2.5% poison for 2 turns. Okay, now that's your small poison, so that's not the big 5% you want on clan bosses, stuff like that. However, he can't do that. Okay, his A2 is a freaking nuke if you build this guy right. Okay, attacks all enemies, has an extra 15% chance of inflicting a critical hit. Fill the turn meter of this champion by 25% for each enemy killed on a 3-turn cooldown. Okay, that thing will freaking straight up slam. Okay, his A3, Disintegrate, attacks 4 times at random, has a 40% chance of placing a 5% poison debuff for 2 turns, which is kind of cool. I don't like that random thing. However, in early game clan boss, whether you're fighting easy, normal, hard, probably up till brutal. This can be your absolute go-to for your poisons, okay? Because remember, you want poison damage on the boss. That's where the majority of your damage is going to come from. Okay, next up, if I can find her. All right. There she is, Elhane. So what's so cool about Elhane, right? Or actually on my main account, this was who I started with. Just because I knew nothing about Kale. I was just coming into the game. So this is who I started with. She's not bad. She took me up a little bit, but as soon as I pulled Kale later on, I swapped out. Ended up feeding her. Anyway, Keen Shot or A1 attacks one enemy, places an extra hit if the attack is critical, which is great. You want to build. She can hit, but you're going to want to build her with 100% crit rate. Okay, or A2 attacks one enemy, then all enemies. Has an extra 15% chance of inflicting a critical hit. Places a 30% increased crit rate buff on this champion for 3 turns if a target is killed. Okay, not bad. Now, her A3, Valley of Death. This thing can also freaking nuke. Attacks all enemies 2 times. You can book it out. All you're gonna get on it is just a little bit more damage. Now, her A2, you can book that down to a 4-turn cooldown. Okay, so it's not bad. And the last one is Aethel. All right. Again, she also has a nuke. Now, all 4 of your starting champions can nuke it. Okay, they all have the ability to nuke, especially in in early game, early to mid game. Now on her A1, she attacks one enemy 3 times. She has a 75% chance of placing a 25% weaken debuff for 2 turns on the last hit. Now, weaken is absolutely amazing. Early game clan boss, weaken is helps more than decreased defense does. Okay, so she's got that for you. Okay, and it is bookable out to 100%. Okay. Now her A2 attacks all enemies, has an extra 15% chance of inflicting a critical hit. This thing can hit pretty dang hard, okay? Her A3, 25% increased attack buff on this champion for 2 turns, 30% increased defense buff on this champion for 2 turns if this target's or champion's current HP is less than 50% and gains an extra turn. And that can be booked down to a 4-turn cooldown. So that's not too bad. All right, and again, they all have the exact same aura of ally HP in all battles by 15%. Now, like I said, this is an account I created just for YouTube. I want to go through the early game again and kind of go through that way. Build this thing up. I'll do some guides and stuff like that for my main account as well. Just because I have more champions on there. But anyway, so right now, Kale. That is the best starting champion in the game. Okay. So, guys, that's going to be it for this one. Next up, we're going to go ahead. We're probably going to talk about leveling. What do you want to focus on first? And how do you want to get there? Okay, the most effective way for leveling. All right. Anyway, guys, don't forget, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification. That way you know when we put another video up. All right. Anyway, guys, also join us on Discord. Check out the link in the description below. And I will catch you guys next time.